Hey guys, I am back with another video and I'm pretty excited about this one because this is going to be my very first Q&A video. So I was thinking about what video to film this weekend and I didn't have a lot of time to, film a lookbook or anything like that. And then I decided that I might do a Q&A. And to be honest with you guys, I was a bit afraid that no one would submit any questions, but I ended up getting a lot more than I thought I would. So what I'll do is I will try and get through all of them. If you did ask more than one question and this video ends up being too long, then I might just choose one of your questions. But if you guys are interested in seeing more Q&As, then I will definitely do more in the future. But without further ado, let's get into it. So firstly, if I stuff up pronouncing your username, I apologize in advance, but I will do my best. So the first question is from Cheryl's Life on Instagram. And the question is, what's your occupation apart from being a part-time YouTuber? Love your videos, by the way. Thanks, Cheryl's Life. I work full-time as a marketing manager. YouTube is really just a thing I do on the side when I have time after work, and I only film on the weekends. D123 says, draw your life. I feel as if draw my life videos are just for like epic YouTubers. I don't know if many of you guys would be interested in me drawing my life, but maybe if you want me to, then let me know down below. Here's a hard one. Jessica Lezan. Okay, I really cannot pronounce that one, sorry. Do you see yourself living in another city or country? Well, to be honest, I am really attached to where I live, which is Melbourne, Australia, if you guys are not aware of that. And all my family and friends are here, and I am the type of person that probably isn't, I guess, courageous enough to just pack my bags and move to a different city or country, for a career change or something like that. I love my comfort zone, yeah, but plus I love Melbourne anyway. The Weekend Avenue asks, when it comes to making videos, where do you get your inspiration from? That's a good question. I would say back from the very start, I was really inspired by Wendy's lookbook. I gotta say that I get inspired more so from really amazingly edited, creative videos. And so that's why Wendy's lookbook really inspired me. And Claire Marshall is also amazing at the way she does her videos. I love her videos. So yeah, WDYHE, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. How was your college experience? Please give advice for a first-year student. Well, I think college life is quite different in Australia versus overseas in, let's say, the US or UK. Most people still live at home here in Australia. There are not too many people that move out of home and live on campus. So I guess you could say that the life is quite different in comparison. For me, I would say that I felt as if uni, which is the same thing as college here in Australia, was kind of boring for me, to be honest. I didn't make too many friends and I felt that it was quite hard to make lifelong friends from uni because the people that you study with change every semester because your units change, and so that was a hard thing for me. I didn't really make really good friends at uni. It was more a place that I went to study and then I went back home. So yeah, let me know if you guys want a more sort of in-depth video on my college or uni experience. Belinda asks, what advice can you give someone who wants to start a YouTube channel? Well, I would say firstly, try not to focus too much on the numbers and getting a certain number of subscribers and things like that, because that's when it really takes the fun out of it. And I say that, and of course I've been through that before where I look at the number of subscribers I have, but I realize that it's only fun and enjoyable when I'm not focusing on that and I'm just focusing on doing videos that I want to do. So that would be my advice. If you guys want a more in-depth video, then let me know down below. Anna Tomlinson 22 asks, do you have any siblings? And I love you. Love you too. I do have a sibling. I have one sister. She's older. She's 7 years older than me. And actually we did a sister tag a while ago, but I will link that down below if you guys want to see that. And she also has a YouTube channel and I will link that as well. Mai Tai asks, what's one food that you cannot stand? There's more than one food that I can't stand. Let me think. I'm not a fan of canned tuna. I really don't like the smell or the taste, but I love raw tuna. I think it tastes completely different. Raji asks, favorite restaurants in Melbourne? Oh wow. That's a hard one. I've got quite a few favorite restaurants in Melbourne, and the thing is, I personally think, and I might be biased, that Melbourne is a really good place for cafes and restaurants and that kind of food culture. I really love Chin Chin's. I think Chin Chin's is amazing, but you do need to go early. I hate that you can't book for any of the good places in Melbourne and you just need to go and line up and wait for like 1 to 2 hours or more. I recently went to Izakaya Den, which was also really good. What other places are really like? Nobu. There's just too many places to name. TL07 asks, what's your biggest fear? I would say my biggest fear is losing someone that I love, and I've been fortunate enough to not have to go through that experience yet. Yeah, I would say that is my biggest fear. Anna X3 asks, who or what inspired you to make YouTube videos, and what is your nationality? Okay, so I've answered the first part of that question already. My nationality is Chinese. Michelle asks, height, I am short. I'm only 156 centimeters, so I've got major short girl problems. Sue Ginnes asks, what are your favorite offline stores or places for shopping in Australia? And there were a couple of questions that were similar to that. I don't shop in store too often anymore. I do most of my shopping online. But I do love, and I don't know if you guys will all understand what I'm referring to, but I love those cheapo Asian shops. They make really affordable clothes. They're in lots of shopping centres. To give you an example, there's Melrose Avenue, Why Not? And they're usually owned by Asians, which is why I call them those Asian cheapo shops. But they're really on-trend, fast fashion stuff that's really, really affordable, and I love those stores. WDYHE asks, where did you and Phil meet? Well, we don't remember the exact place that we met, but we met back in high school days through mutual friends, and it may have been at State Library. If you're from Melbourne, then you would know. That was when we were all sort of studying. I'm not sure, to be honest. It would have been through friends and neither of us remember because it was quite a long time ago. Okay, so I had a few questions on my Facebook page as well, and Anne Lee Kwan asks, what's the hardest thing about getting ready? Well, I would say putting my eyeliner on, because I recently switched from using pencil and gel liner only to now discovering the amazingness of liquid eyeliner. And I know I'm a late bloomer. I am definitely no expert in makeup. I'm still very much a beginner, but I've always been too scared to use liquid liner. But I did have a few liquid liners and I thought, let's give this a go. And I really love that the staying power is just nothing compared to even gel liner. But I am still learning and I can easily still stuff it up, especially if I'm trying to do the bloody cat eye. Yeah. Still very much a noob. Jamie Chung asks, which stores, in-store and online, would you recommend for a uni student on a tight budget who still wants to look decently polished? Well, I am actually planning to do a separate video on my favorite online stores plus my online shopping tips. So stay tuned for that video. In terms of what stores in store, I would say that if just for international purposes, so not choosing specific stores in Melbourne only, I would say that Kmart is really good for that. I used to buy things from Kmart all the time. But yeah, it's hard for me to answer this question without knowing where you live. Chloe Hamilton Smith asks, do you prefer shopping in-store or online? And I did sort of answered this question already. I do prefer shopping online now just because of the convenience. I can do it at home and I love, you know, receiving the delivery. A few years ago, I was quite scared of shopping online because I wasn't sure if I would get the right size, if it would suit me and that sort of thing, which is why I'm planning to do a separate video on my online shopping tips. Thumbs up if you guys want to see it. That concludes my very first Q&A video. Thank you guys so much for leaving your questions and for letting this video happen, because honestly I wasn't sure if I would get any questions at all. Also, if you are a fellow Australian like me and you haven't entered my Medivh giveaway yet, then please do so if you guys want to win a curling iron. I apologize that it's not an international giveaway, but because they are an Australian company, unfortunately it's only an Australian giveaway. Also, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted up a photo with 3 questions and to let you guys vote on which video you wanted to see next, and the answers were quite mixed. There was sort of almost an even number in all, but I would say probably wardrobe essentials was your top vote, and I definitely want to do that. I want that to be a pretty special video though, so it might take quite a while, especially since I work full time, but stay tuned for that. And thank you guys if you voted, and yeah, be sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to be more involved in what videos I do, or just to connect with me. So without further ado, you can follow me on my blog, which is lovechicstyling.com, and Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. I'll put all those links down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.